You're watching the Ship on Day 1 Field Guide. I'm Hans. Let's get ship done. You're probably watching this video because you're interested in optimizing your team's hosting. For each project that your team owns, you probably host it in various different ways. And you're probably already gathering data and metrics on how efficiently that hosting is going. However, as software developers, you and I know that it's important to run experiments and optimizations in order to tune our processes. And we also know that it's important when we run an experiment to gather data on it and make sure that that experiment is moving the trend line in the correct direction. During this video, I'd like to talk about 3 ways that I've optimized my team's hosting in the past. And these might be 3 things that are handy for your team to try and see if they're right for you. Optimization 1. Leverage the proper tools. Particularly when running your application in the cloud, there are many different services and tools and ways that your application can be hosted. For example, if you're running a Docker program within, for example, AWS, you can run it either via the container management service, within Elastic Beanstalk, or directly on an EC2 instance. Figuring out and experimenting with each of these things might lead you to find one that is most optimal for your team. So definitely play around with the various offerings and figure out what's right for your applications. Optimization 2. Automate your hosting. Consider codifying your infrastructure or making sure that you're able to express what the hosted environment should look like in a configured way and be able to track that in the same way that you can track changes to your code. That means that your hosting can be set up automatically on the provider of your choosing. Finally, optimization number 3. Right-size your infrastructure. Your application is probably bounded in some way, either via memory or CPU. And various types of hosts are also bound. Some have large capacities for network connections, some have large CPUs, and some have loads of RAM. Choosing the one that most closely matches your application is likely to lead to lower speeds for your end users, which is good, and also lower hosting costs, which is also good. These are just 3 optimizations that you might want to make. You probably have an idea of many more experiments that you'd like to run on your team. Whatever you try, make sure that you're tracking the data about that change in a metric, and that you understand which way that metric should go, which way it should trend while you're running the experiment. Then you'll be able to figure out which experiments are working for your team, and which ones aren't working as well, or which ones might be detrimental. By doing this, you can optimize your team's hosting. Thanks for watching this video on optimizing hosting. You can find many more videos and resources for software developers at shiponday1.com. I'll see you there. Thank you.